5.
Welcome to Encouragement Over Ministries Incorporated. We were founded on John 3:16, John 3:17. This is God's salvation plan for everyone. Not just a select few like some think He did it. A select few. No. He did it for everyone. He plainly tells us, all those that thirst, come unto me, He says. He did it for everyone. And John 3:17 sums it all up. God sent His Son into this world not to condemn, but by through Him the world may be saved. Too many out there are condemned. They do. How are you going to win a lost soul over to Jesus, condemning and judging them? You can't. That is not left up to us to do that. Condemning and judging comes from the Father. So let's leave that up to God. That is God's business. It's none of ours. Prayers tonight goes out to Donna and Lisa, who lost their precious mother. Well, I don't know, lost. Who saw their precious mother, Lois, pass on this past week. This is what this message is about tonight. Death. Not only for them too, but it's for every one of you out there who's saw your mother pass on. People, it's hard to see your mother in the coffin. It is hard. There's weeping, there's crying. Sometimes they're fainting at the coffin, and some will run out of the room screaming. This message tonight, death is the master, but where is your sting? Think about all this when He gave it to me. I began to write down things. Go up 60 pages. And I thought that's going to take me to midnight to get through that. So let's cut it down a great deal. As long as I can get the message, and what is meant into message, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. If it's the next 20 minutes or if it's the next 2 hours, as long as I can get that message out, that's all that matters. Death. Some people says it's the end. No, honeys, it's the beginning. It is the beginning. When we look at ourselves and our mothers who passes onward at the age of 75 on up, when we get older, they get older, they begin to get feeble, tired, run down, sickly. They get lonesome for those that went on before them, such as their brothers and sisters and their mommy and daddy. They start to get lonesome for them. And we are going to see that as we get older. And then that moment comes when death comes for them. Death is an angel. I have no idea where this Green Reaper ever come from. Death is an angel. It's not satanic. Death is an angel sent down from heaven to take that loved one, well, I'm going to say mother because that's what it's about tonight. Take our mother across that river where she has finally felt the rest that she's always wanted. And people if we live long enough, we're going to find out exactly the way that her life went. As we get older, feeble, sickly, and lonesome for those that went on before us. One of these days we're going to be in the same position, because there's nobody on this face of the earth can escape death. We all must face it in order to go across that river to the other side. We got to face it. I asked Mom one time, I guess I was about 6 years old, sitting on her knee, and I said, Mom, if you die, what am I supposed to do? She said, you've got to continue to live your life, but you have to prepare for when it comes your turn to go. We all going to have to face that time in our life. Some of us will grow old and pass on. Some will die young. We want to be in that position where we grow older and then go on. But there's a lot that dies young. There would have been 15 in my family. Mom had 3 miscarriages, and she had a boy and a girl. My brother and sister, the first ones. The girl lived 2 years old and died. The boy lived 1.5 years and died. So see, my mother had 3 miscarriages and 2 children to die before they reached the age of 3. See, those died young. Mother lived to be 72 before she died. But I'm going to tell you something right now. When we see our mother in the coffin, our minds go. We forget everything. We lose our mind. Not really realize it. But when we see them in that coffin, we finally realize that it has come. Their death has come. We find ourselves really losing our mind, because we don't want to see her go. Because a lot of us, our mother is the most important part of our life. When she goes, a part of us goes right along with her, and we're never the same again. But at the very instant that we see her in that coffin, we panic. Some will faint at the coffin, while some will run out screaming. See, we lose our mind. Just like I asked Mother one day, I said, I know Mother Mary knew that Jesus was heading toward the cross. See, mothers know all about us anyway. They know us. And I said, why did she faint at the cross? Mom said, you may know that a person is going to pass on, but until you see it, then you realize it, and then you lose your mind. Just for maybe a few minutes, you lose your mind. Because to see that loved one die, we lose our mind. We can't think. Before Jesus went away, he said, I go to prepare a place, that where I am, you may be also. I come again to receive you unto myself. When Jesus died upon that cross, he did it for several reasons, but 3 of the main reasons. One was to put Satan in his place. See, God had a plan to beat Satan, and he did. When he sent his son to that cross, he beat Satan. Jesus did it for you and me. He also did it in order to go back into heaven, to prepare us a place. To prepare us a place called New Jerusalem. John speaks about this place in Revelations. A place of perfection. A place where we will be reunited with our mother that has gone before us. See, we've got to continue to live and then prepare for when it comes our turn to be in that grave. And then we will be reunited in New Jerusalem. The place that Jesus went back to prepare. The place that he went back to prepare. Excuse me. The eye has been leaking, and I've got to take care of it here. That's all right. Get it under control. He went to prepare us a place called New Jerusalem, where we will be reunited and we will live forevermore. But to see Mother one more time, sometimes that's all we want to do, is just talk with her just one more time. But people in that city, it's going to be forever. We're going to live forever in that city that he went back to prepare. Because he tells us, I go to prepare a place, that where I am, you may be also. And another reason that he went to the cross. Death used to have a powerful sting. But when he died upon that cross, he yanked the sting of death. We will not feel that. We go to sleep. We don't feel the sting of death anymore. We go to sleep. And what can awake us is the trumpet sound. But now let's get back to New Jerusalem. John saw that city coming down. And he tells us about it in Revelation. A beautiful city. A city of solid gold. Clear as crystal. Well, we are going to live throughout the ages. And Mother right there with us. But like I said, we got to continue living. But we got to get ready for when it's our turn. Because each and every one of us, unless the Lord comes back before this happens, we're all going to the grave. That's a guarantee. But he could come back at any minute. And then ain't that going to be something, people, when the sky opens and feet are going to rise to greet them in the air. And look, there's Mother. There's Mother. There's your mother. Bob, there's your mother. There's my mother. Misty, there's your mother. Dawn and Lisa, there's your mother. And it's going to be a wonderful time. It's going to be wonderful. Just to be reunited with our mother that has gone before us. We can't say that we lost our mother. Because when you lose something, you don't know where that something is at. We know Mother is in heaven. So we didn't lose her. We know where she's at. The song one time, Mother is not dead, she's only asleep. And then that is true, people. She's not dead. She's only asleep. Waiting for that trumpet call. But we got to go on living for when it comes our turn. And then we're going to be reunited in that place that Jesus went to prepare forevermore, called New Jerusalem. It's going to be a wonderful time, people, just to see Mother again in all her glory. And then we're going to go see the man who died for us on the cross, Jesus himself. People, it's going to be a grand reunion, a grand time in glory when we see that. And we can. We just have to get ready for when it's our turn. Get ready for when it comes our turn. Our turn to go to that grave. We've got to prepare. We continue thinking that Jesus is going to come back tomorrow. But people, it could be 1,000,000 more years from now. We don't know. So we don't think about He's coming back tomorrow. We just think about getting ourselves ready. Believe in Him. Believe in God. That's all it's going to take, is a belief. And all of the other things will fall in place. All the other things will fall in place, like love one another, even as I have loved you. And I go, and I leave you the greatest commandment, He says, to love one another. People, that's what it's going to take to see Mother again. We've got to love each other. To see her again, we've got to love each other. We've got to believe. We've got to believe in God, our Heavenly Father. The Son that He sent to the cross named Jesus. See, we've got to believe in all those. And then we're going to see Mother again. When that grave burst is open, our feet will rise. Whichever one comes, we're going to see her again. I may not be living when Jesus returns back to this earth to take me on home. But if I am sleeping beneath the gold clay, I'm going to rise up with power on that great judgment day. Death is the master throughout this great land, and no one can escape from His mighty hand. If God shall call you, you must go away to sleep in the silence beneath the cold clay. I have God's Spirit deep in my soul, and I'm on my way to that blessed abode. So see, it doesn't matter if I'm alive or asleep on that day. For the grave cannot hold me, for I will come out. With the sound of triumph, I'll rise up and shout, O grave, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting? People, we can shout that so loud that all of heaven's going to ring. We can. So let's get prepared and prepare ourselves and getting ourselves ready for when that day comes, when we can say, death, you may be the master, but where is thy sting? The grave, you can't hold me. Grave, where's it all at? Death, stand out of my way, because I'm going onward. To be with my Mother in glory, I'm going onward. You have no power over me, death, grave. Prepare. Get ready. Because we don't know when our death's going to come. It could come 5 minutes from now. It could come tomorrow. It could come next year. It could be your 50 more years from now. But we know as we get older, people will start to get feeble. Just like our mother did. And we want to go home. We want to go home. to be with our brothers and sisters and our nieces and nephews and our parents that have went long years ago. Our heart yearns for them as we get older. Continue living, but get yourself ready. Well, we don't know when that day is going to come, but we'll know we're heading for the grave. If Jesus don't come back, we're heading for the grave. But one of these days, when that trumpet sounds, we're going to bust open that grave. And we're going to see them coming. And like I said, there comes our mothers. Look, there they come. Can you imagine? Living this life, ungodly, sinful, and you miss that time? Don't do that. Believe. Believe in God and Jesus. Believe in that place that He went back to prepare, where we will live forevermore. Continue living, but get yourself ready.